Hey guys, Dr. Ducey here, MTFU. How are you? End of the weekend here. It's all good and fine because we don't name the days. Every day is fantastic. Monday is just as good as Friday. All that stuff. Did the book signing yesterday, as you may have seen, over at Best Comics in New York City. Tommy Miletta's, my good friend Tommy Miletta's famous comic store in the city. I went with Ron Garney, my very good friend of many, many years, who's a famous Marvel, probably one of the more famous Marvel comic book artists. It was really more geared for him because it was a comic store, but Tommy is a big fan of mine, and he buys a lot of my books and sells them and gives them out as gifts and whatnot. That was cool. I wanted to go. It's good to get out of the home office here, and especially if it's going to New York City with a friend. I don't do much of that, but it was very successful. We were there. We had the table set up, and I observed Ron. There was a lot of people there for Ron. What Ron does at signings is he has original art. He'll draw some commission pieces. He has comics that he's drawn. People bring in things they want signed. And it was cool because I watched him. Ron has told me it was a smaller affair. It's still fun and worthwhile. But Ron has told me he goes to Comic Cons, if you ever heard of those, like the big industry meetups or seminars or whatever they are, thousands of people, thousands of vendors. And he's gone to these where he's seen people lined around the building like 2 or 3 times waiting for him. And he said when he was younger, it was surreal, and he was shocked and he couldn't believe it. And now he's more nearer to it. He's used to it. He's older, and he's a big name. But I watched him interact with each person who was there. And remember, sometimes, unfortunately, in life, when you meet your hero or heroes, they don't kind of measure up to what you thought. In fact, they kind of suck sometimes, and that's never good. But with Ron, I watched, and with each person, he took his time. He spoke differently with each person. He wanted to hear what they had to say about things. In fact, Ron's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, and one of the kids that came wasn't actually a kid. He was like a 33-year-old lawyer, but he said, "Hey, I'm in jiu-jitsu too." And they started talking about a move, and Ron got up and showed him the move, and actually things didn't go well for the fan, and he got thrown to the floor and in a lock. It was in an instructive way, though. Ron didn't hurt him, and the kid was happy, and it was pretty cool. But think about that. It wasn't a boring thing. He didn't follow like a cookie cutter staccato script just to get people in and out of there, because he was making money. But that's how he rolls, and you can tell he's real about what he does with each person, and he really cares about each person. And he has millions of fans. Millions of people know who he is. And whether you know it or not, you're looking for the real thing. And you might be so used to dealing with bullshit, which is everywhere, that you forgot about anything being real. But that's what you're looking for, and I was witnessing this. I was observing this. Here's a guy who's the best at what he does in the world, which is almost impossible to attain, and he was into it, into each person. He wanted to know the deal. Now me, I didn't have a lot. I sold a few books. It wasn't like Barnes and Noble. We sold out last month, but it was still fun. It was good, and I was surprised because a couple of guys came who were members at MTFU, and they brought their books, and I had long talks with them. It was really cool, and we had interactions. And that's a good thing, because I have to know that what I'm doing is real, and I'll tell you what, if I'm not doing something with this whole affair, which is growing, we have other things coming up, a seminar next year, and some products and systems and other things. If I think that I am not helping you or doing something of utility or offering a solution, I will quit. I will do something else. I'll recreate myself again. I've done it a few times. It sucks. It's not easy. But I can't go to bed each night and know that what I'm doing is not real. So the connections Ron had, I like to say I have those too with each person. I think you can tell. There's some people, they don't belong here. They attack, or they think I'm full of shit, or why is he doing this? It can't be this and that. Look, it's okay to question things, but for the people who are here just specifically to break balls or piss in the pool, get the fuck out. Because, I had one guy come to the gym looking to beat me up. I had one motherfucker come by the house here. Look, I have no hesitation to call the police. I'm not looking to have a duel at dawn with anybody, to fucking fight or have fisticuffs. I don't give a fuck. I'll have you arrested. I'll have a fucking warden come to your house. I don't give a shit if your kids are crying and shit. You pull that type of shit, I don't care. All right, I do not care. What I'm doing is something good and valued here. If you don't like it, just go elsewhere and fuck around. I mean, you might be pissed that you're such a douchebag. Your wife is probably, while she's fucking you, she's probably thinking of me. I know that sounds horrible, but for the people who really know me, you know I'm just trying to get the point across. For those who are it's directed to, it's probably true. So fuck off and stay out, because I'm here to help and do my best. And I think we're making some headway. So in any event, it was a great weekend. Another book signing soon. I'll let you know where that's going to be. I think it's going to be out of state, Pennsylvania or something like that. But you have a great weekend. And I just want to say, Tommy Miletta also. Not only did he give me my Rocky statue over here that you see back here, it's one of my favorite items that I own. He gave me this great, look at that, man. I mean, he just gives me this stuff, and I don't expect anything. But the things he gives me, look, if the house were burning down, I'd save the dogs, get the photos, get Denise. I'd probably get my Rocky stuff. I don't know what else. The degrees, fuck that. Healthcare, stay out of healthcare. Pretty soon, your doctor will no longer be speaking English anyhow. I don't know what to tell you. So take care of your health, and you won't have to go to the doctor. I rarely do. You have a great weekend. Dr. Mike Dusa. Talk to you soon.